Hey guys, happy Wednesday. So today is sort of, I would say, at least for me, and I think for a lot of you, it might be the hardest topic to talk about because body image and eating disorders and health and fitness are things that we do a really good job at covering up and not really actually addressing the core issues of because they are awkward things to talk about. And I found especially they're awkward to talk about with girls my age, because you don't want to say the wrong thing, and people don't feel like they can talk about their bodies, because people will think that they're complaining and maybe say you're too skinny or you're too fat, any of those things. And so I really want this to be a place where we can talk about these things, and so I'm going to share some really personal things with you guys in hopes that that will encourage you guys to think about these and hopefully talk to either each other, me, or people in your life. So I actually did not have body image problems in high school at all, or middle school, which is surprising because I went to a pretty catty middle school, and then my high school was fine, but high school girls are high school girls, and I just never, it was not something I thought about. It was actually finding social media, fitness Instagrams, not my own, but other Instagrams, that is what opened my mind to thinking about my own body. And freshman year of college was really, really rough for me. Not thinking about the physical changes that I had because I was in college and all those things, but just in thinking in terms of my body image. There was one night in college where I couldn't fall asleep because I was literally analyzing what I was going to eat the next day so much. I was going through everything that I could eat, how many calories, how many fats. I was counting macros at the time, and I got to the point where I realized there was a ton of food in my room that I would be triggered to eat, like healthy food, like protein bars and healthy peanut butter and oats and stuff. And I got up at 2 in the morning and I threw everything away, and I was crying, and I was like throwing stuff away. And then I looked into the mirror in the bathroom and I just started crying because I realized I was totally not in control of the situation or my body, and I just realized I had literally hit rock bottom. And so this is when I tried to funnel my energy into positive health and fitness. So that was finding the programs that I do now, that was finding like something that didn't require me to count calories or macros, and that was finding a really tight-knit group of supportive women and my coach and stuff like that. But just in general, I would just say it was stopping the analysis of food, like the heavy macros, calorie stuff. That's always been a big trigger for me, and I think a big trigger for other people. And so as fitness and health progressed, I've been on this journey for like a year now, but the thing is that we talked about orthorexia a little bit, and it's not recognized as an eating disorder or as a mental disorder. So orthorexia is being so healthy and thinking about health so much that it becomes a negative thing. So this might be restricting your food a lot, but you're only eating healthy foods. It might be working out to the point where you're gonna throw up and you are losing weight too much, but you're not losing it fast enough to show signs of like an anorexia thing, because you're still eating, but you're clearly unhealthy. And while I never talked to my therapist necessarily about this, I know that it's something that I had. So another personal thing, freshman year of my second year of college, I read somewhere that fat was bad, that the fat you wear is the fat you eat, sort of thing. So I decided to stop eating all fat. I started counting my fat to make sure I wasn't going over. So you're supposed to get about 40-ish grams of fat a day, and I was eating 4 grams of fat a day. And so fat provides you like the sustained energy, but it also plays an important factor in your central nervous system. So about a month into this, I was really exhausted all the time, but I was sitting in my psychology class taking notes, and my hand was going like this because I couldn't, my body was so depleted of energy, and that's so scary. And so what I'm trying to say is health and fitness has been an extremely positive thing for me in terms of finding my own strength, doing programs that focus on strength and not waistline. I just did this 8-week program where I had to accept that I was building muscle and looking bulky, but I was so much stronger than I ever was, and getting through that and not giving up was a huge thing for me. But what I'm trying to say is that I've had so many ups and downs, And am I in a good place? Do I like my body? Yes. But are there days where I put on something and I feel extremely vulnerable and uncomfortable? Of course. And so the body image exercise I had you guys do today is just something to keep in mind during most days. And then the workouts and eating part, I'm going to make a separate video about the importance of that. But this was just more about body image. But something else I just want to say real quick is that I think we do a good job of shutting down other people when they want to talk about these sort of things. So I had a really thin friend in high school, and whenever she tried to talk about her body, I would always like say, "Oh my God, stop! You're so skinny." And that's not an okay thing to say. That's literally the same thing as calling someone fat, because if you're not giving someone the opportunity to talk about what's bothering them, then that's just going to get funneled up too. So just keep that in mind. But the more we can talk about it, I think the better it'll be, because those experiences I had my first semesters each year were very private. I didn't tell anyone, and that made them a lot worse. So that's that little video. I'm gonna make one more about nutrition and exercise.